What's up, y'all? Yo, Strolife, what's up, man? What's cracking? Thought I did that right, but I guess not. But yeah, so Strolife says chillin' most, dude. That's what's up. Matt Jacob, what's cracking, dude? And yeah, as you so astutely pointed out, no sample today. I've got something special in mind for this session, and the sample will be shared later. So yeah, I'll get into what we got cooking in just a little bit. Let me play some more Lo-Fi 12XT beats, though. I don't really know the names of any of these projects, so hopefully we got some good ones here. Oh, dude, Kathoma. This one's pretty sick. whoa, oh, whoops. Just messing around with a little OTT there. Yeah, having some fun with that. The remix effect, always a graceful way to end the beat. Bring it down to the beat repeat less than 30. Get that kind of like tape stop type effect. Lots of fun. Anyways, let me... Oh man, this thing's making a weird noise. I think I have the vinyl simulator on. But yeah, so what's up everyone? How's it going? And yeah, so I mentioned this earlier. Today's kind of an interesting session because there's no sample. So we're going to be doing some songwriter stuff. And I don't know much music theory or anything like that, but I am going to try and do something a little bit more from scratch with regards to some VSTs. So right now we're trying a hybrid setup here. And I've got some pretty interesting routing capabilities going here. So yeah, the Lo-Fi 12 XT right now, I've got it plugged in via the USB. And I actually have it set to... where's this here? I've got it set to output the audio from the DAW that I use, which is Reason. And basically what it can do is... Here, let me load this. I can use like the keys on this to play the VSTs from Reason, which I will then sample into... Make this go away. Into the Dirtywave M8. So basically I'm trying this like hybrid setup, which I think will be pretty easy to build something from scratch on, just because this is a really great controller and interface as far as taking the audio from the DAW and then bringing it into a sampler. So that's kind of high level what we're working with today. Something going on with my voice, but yeah, so let's take a look and see how the integration works. So I mentioned earlier I've got the USB cable. The Lo-Fi 12 XT can send MIDI over USB, and it can also receive audio over USB. So just to give you an example here, I have to turn this thing up. Oh yeah, we've already got that input. Okay, and then let's bring up Reason again. Kaboom. So I've got this these keys. Oh, these are just like sound packs from Reason. I don't really know too much about them. Whoa. And then I have to do some settings on Lo-Fi 12 XT. So we've got a external source. Bring the levels up. And then pad mode. It's a little bit loud. Let me turn it down. So yeah, that's just a random VST. Let me try and find some like lo-fi keys or something. All right, cool. So that kind of works in that way. And we're basically listening to the audio come out of the Lo-Fi 12 XT, and then it goes into the M8. And the cool thing about the M8 is that you can record samples in time with the song that you have on the M8. So my plan is to build a rhythm section on the M8 and then kind of jam along with it using the Lo-Fi 12 XT controlling Reason, and then record that audio into the M8 to kind of get some like cool loops and stuff. And again, I'm not like big on music theory or know how to play or whatever, but there are some cool tools that we have access to in the Lo-Fi 12 XT to help kind of stay in key and use scale mode and all this type of stuff, which I'll get into in a little bit. And then, like Matt Jacob was asking for, the sample that I'm going to share once I finish is basically whatever I create, like the keys that I play or whatever, is what I'm going to send out on the Patreon. So you'll be able to mess around with that. Hopefully I can come up with something good, but if not, I'm sure you can flip it either way. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started then. So first things first, let's do a rhythm section on the M8. So I got some drums that I can kind of play the keys along with. So we're going to start basic. Let's do like a little snare drum, and then we'll build the kit from there. Oops. Sounds dope. we'll do a kick drum next. Boom. Dude, I like this one. I don't know if it'll be the main kick, but I think we can pepper it in. Let's find one more though. Just what I was looking for. Finally, a decent one here. Okay, pepper that in. And yeah, I'm just putting the sounds together right now, and then I'll build out a more detailed kind of sequence in just a moment here. So of course we need the hi-hat next. Oh, it's not too bad. It's kind of an interesting, whatever it is. But I think with the envelope, we could probably shape it a little bit. Or maybe not. Strike that from the record. All right, keep shopping around. This one's not bad. Just want to get the envelope dialed in here. A little lo-fi. All right, let's shape the kick a little bit with the EQ. All right, and then we'll do some micro timing stuff next. So what do we got here? So we got the velocity a little bit varied there, and it's pushed a little bit further up, so the hi-hats come a little late. It's like a decent groove. And then yeah, Matt Jacobs says, waiting for some equipment to sell, then I might pick up a Lo-Fi 12 XT. Dude, this thing is dope, man. I'm telling you, being able to do this thing over the USB that I'm going to show, it's pretty epic, bro. Dude, D0 Beats, what's up, man? What's cracking? How's it going? Boom, boom. All right, so let's do our little table configuration on ye old kick drum. And then we got to put the THO command down. THO, and you already know. Bring this one out a little bit too. And so I do have that other kick drum too. Wonder what that sounds like. Let me try doing an nth command here to skip this note. Or you know what, maybe I'll just do 2 phrases. Because yeah, I kind of want this kick drum with like the open hat on it to play a little bit longer. So we can clone the phrase by popping it in and then doing Shift Option Edit. So it's a copy. And then in the copy I can delete, I guess in the original I'll delete this note. So let's hear how this sounds. Does sound kind of different, so I need to put like a filter on it or something. Not bad. I just had to remove the hi-hats. But yeah, now it's coming in a little bit too frequently, so I kind of want to make this a 4-bar pattern instead of a 2-bar pattern. So we'll just have to extend it out. And then we'll do some micro timing on the snare drum too. I'm going to switch up this kick drum section on the third bar. Alright, so we could probably do a little bit more to jazz it up, but I think for now it's a pretty basic, simple pattern to riff on. So this is where things get fun. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to get DAW in the mix, good old Reason. Shout out to all the Reason users out there. And then, alright, so turn that off, do this. And so what's cool about the Lo-Fi 12XT is that it has this thing called scale mode, which basically allows you to keep all the notes that you play in, you know, a certain scale and key or whatever. So right now you can see on the screen, it's probably pretty small, it says chromatic, and the root note is C. But I can change that to, yeah, let's do Midoxodolian, or I don't even know what that is, Locrian, and we'll do EB, or E minor, I don't know exactly the terminology again. I'm learning, but now when I play stuff, it'll all be in that like key or whatever. So yeah, not the most inspiring sound, so let's check what other sound packs I got access to here. Because I have Reason Plus, so you get these like free VSTs or whatever every month, I think. Maybe every week, I don't even know. I'm paying for it and I want to use it. It's basically the long and short of it. So I gotta do find in browser, sound packs. Let's see what we got here. Lo-fi keys, dude. Sounds pretty dope. Patches. What is this? That's not what I was expecting. Next. Interesting. Are these lo-fi keys? I don't even know. What else we got? The Lo-Fi Kick It Kong. It's probably a drum kit. Simple synth bass. No thank you. Slow piano. What do we got? So yeah, just kind of jamming out here. I think this sound can work. Maybe I can try and add some sustain to it or something. What do I gotta put reverb on it? I think the Lo-Fi 12 XT can actually do reverb. Let me see. Reverb send. And yeah, I have the pad set to velocity sensitivity too, so that I can get some more kind of expressive performance basically when I'm putting the notes in. So yeah, let's try and jam something out on this. So I'm going to open up the M8 window again, so we can take a look there. I know I got a lot going on today. And basically the way this works is you can set up a sampler instrument. Well, here, let me just take a look here. Okay, so we've got the sampler instrument. So it has a record sample function, right? So I could record in some chords or notes or whatever and have them kind of just, I could chop it or whatever. But there's also a way to record things that are in time with the rest of the song. So I can record it and kind of jam out, and then it'll be like perfectly synced basically once I get ready to play it, or once I add it to the phrase. So let's do that. And the way to do that is you need to select this song, and you have to set a row for the song to start playing at. So everything right now for my song is all the way at the top. It's just in row 0, 0. So I'll set it to 0, 0. I'm going to turn the arm to 0, 0. This means that when I start the recording, it's just going to play immediately. It's not going to wait for some threshold sound or whatever. So this is going to be in time with the rest of the song. And then the volume, I think the levels are fine. Could turn it down maybe if it's too loud. And then the source it's recording is the LNR, because I have the main output of the Lo-Fi 12 XT going into the M8. All right. Oh wait, one other thing I gotta do too. So if you go to the song or project screen, then you go to the bottom here, settings, there is a rec count-in setting that's pretty useful because it'll basically give you like a click track before the song starts playing. So it's kind of like a count-in. It's a rec count-in. And I'm going to have it be one phrase. So I just hear the deep, doot, 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 and then it's going to start playing the song. So yeah, set that if you're interested in hearing that. And then, yeah, I think we're good to go. So I'm going to hit start. And then we'll see if we can get some good. All right, and now that I'm done, just press the edit button. Yeah, I had some cool ones in there, but probably a lot of garbage too, so we'll have to kind of sift through it. Whoa. That's weird. The screen says recording, but it's not. Because yeah, you can see the screen on here is not recording, but it says it there. Confusing. Okay, so I'm going to normalize so we get it nice and loud. And then the other thing that's very important to make sure everything's in time is I need to do the end selection. So right now, this is just the end of the sample. It's when I stop recording. It's not synced yet. So if you hold Option and you press left, you can see at the bottom it says 32 phrases, 4 steps, 3 steps, 2 steps, 1 step, 0 steps. That's what we're going for. So now I have a recording that's exactly 32 phrases long, which means I can slice it into 32 parts and basically start playback of it at any of those 32 parts, and it'll line up perfectly with the beginning of the song. So enough yapping about it. Let's actually do it. Just gonna name it something random, I guess. Oh, and then I kind of want to trim the beginning off too, because you can see there's this first part where I didn't play anything. So you do Option right, right. Or, oh, you can do up as well. So I think if you do up, it's 4 steps at once. 12, 8, 4, 0. 0. Okay, so this is going to start basically when I actually started playing. So we're going to crop it, take it to the crop shop. Kaboom. And then now I just got to save it somewhere. Just put it in my test folder for now, I guess. Okay, quiz time. How many phrases was this? I can't remember. I feel like it was 32. I can always check though. No, it was 30. Okay, so 30 phrases. So that means I want to slice it into 30 parts. And I don't even have to set the slice markers in the waveform. I can just do it here. So we've got slice 0, 0. Let's do 30. And so now each slice is representing a whole phrase. And then we just drop it in. So I'm going to put a note in. And then we'll do slice, you know, whatever. Oh, I gotta add some empty phrases afterwards. What the hell? That's super weird. It like mutes out. My understanding is that it would keep playing through. I don't know why it's not doing that. Like, what? Oh, I know why. Shoot, maybe I do have to set the slice markers in the waveform. So basically it's getting to the end of the slice and then it stops playing. And my original idea was that it was going to play all the way through, but it's not doing that. Yo, dude, I gotta check up on the chat. Jay Gruss. Jay Gruss says, thank you for all the info on the M8. Dude, heck yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, I'll have a video coming out this week, so it's going to be on Sunday, that'll explain this. You don't have to watch the live stream to figure it out. It'll be more condensed, but basically I'll go over how to do this. And then the last real gamer on Earth, quiz time. You're all good, bro. Don't worry. There'll be other opportunities for you to answer the question correctly. And Jamie Rice, what's up, man? It's cracking. Okay, so the issue here is I have the slices set here. I need to put them in the waveform. So let's do that. Edit. We got to do a process. Slice 30, the dirty 30, and we're going to process it. And you can see they're kind of lining up with when I was basically playing the keys. And then I hit overwrite. And so now when I use the slice command, it'll continue to play through. It's not going to stop. And the reason why it's going to do that is because I have the slice setting set to off. It's kind of confusing, but let's see if it actually works. Bro, that's what's up. I gotta turn it down though. Trim off some of that high end. Put some MFX on it, maybe? And we got some new MFX too. Phaser. Might be able to like modulate it too. So yeah, let's control the cutoff, filter frequency. So something basic like that. And so this is basically just playing 4 slices essentially, but I could also set it to play, well, let's do a different chain. So I'm going to clone it. So Shift Option Edit. And then now in this one, well, I'm going to clone this too. Shift Option Edit. And then in this one, I can play a different slice. Seems like I played the same thing twice. Maybe I'll move it up. Dude, heck yeah. And again, this was just like a long recording where I was kind of just like pressing buttons using the scale mode, which is super sick. So let's get a bass line in here. And we've got the, what you call it? Oh, whoops. So I've got the scale set. So now when I load up a bass VST, it's going to be, all the notes will work perfectly, sort of. I mean, hopefully it doesn't sound too janky, but let's find out by adding some bass here. So we're gonna do Reason, do my sound packs. Oh, these are my samples, whoops. Sound packs. Where are my bass lines at? Bass riffs, there you go. I gotta turn off the reverb. It's like Seinfeld bass. And you know you love it. Alright, what else we got? A lot of wonky basses in here. This one sounds all right. And then once I get it on the M8, I'll be able to put a low pass filter on it to kind of control the pluckiness of it. All right, so I like this one. We're gonna turn Reason off. M8.run in the house. Okay. And then just like before, I just have to open up a sampler instrument. Cut. Alright, sounds pretty chill. So yeah, and I've got song row set to 0, 0, so it's going to start in the right place, and it's just going to keep looping. I can just play whatever, basically. So let's do that. Dang, I kind of like that last riff. So yeah, that's kind of what I was waiting for, is when I played something that I think is like good or good enough to make the cut, is when I'll stop the recording. Okay, so we've got all these nice little waveforms here. Definitely gonna normalize that. And just like before, you have to highlight the end of the selection, hold Option and press left, and make sure that you're on a 0-step division. So right now this is 24 phrases, 0 steps. Pretty chill. And then from here, I could probably trim out some of the beginning. I don't really need all this. So let's bring it down to a clean 18. There you go. And then I will crop it. And yeah, the fact that I made it an even number of phrases, or a solid number of phrases, means that it's going to be able to just put that note down at the beginning and it'll play through. All right, and then just do a little random note or random name here. Save it. Should definitely be saving it to a more proper folder, but I'm just throwing it in the test folder for now. I'll be able to bundle it at the end. Okay. Oh, and then I have to do the slices too. Okay, this is something I forget. So we have quiz time, everyone. How many phrases did I do? It was a clean 18. I know you know. So I got to do 18 slices. So we'll do process 18. And now I have a slice at the beginning of each phrase. Pretty neat. I'm going to override it. And then not even mess around with the slice parameter here. And we're going to control the slice by using the slice command, SLI. SLI till I die. There it is. And what's that all about? Oh, that's what it sounds like at the end of it. So there's 18, so let's go to number 16, I guess. And then, yeah, we got to pad it by putting some empty phrases beneath it. And let's hear if it plays in time. feel like I'm going to lose track of this unless I do one, like probably every other phrase. And then for this one, I'll do, actually, I kind of want this one to be the second one, and then this one to be the first. Bring it back 2. Alright, so let's try putting that low pass filter on it. It does get a little bit wonky at the beginning of some of the slices. Like this one, when it goes from this to this, it like kind of plays a weird ghost note. Yeah, I don't really know how to fix that though. I was trying to put some attack on it to like kind of have that ghost note not come in. I don't know if it worked though. Let's see if this did it. So yeah, I just used like an attack command to like really increase the attack just on this note, so it didn't play whatever it was playing at the beginning. Alright, what else we got? Let's a reason. Shop around. Sound packs. Funk Carioca. What is that? Alligator Whispers? Like, what in the hell is this even? Delete. How do you delete stuff? Oh, here we go. Okay, Alligator Whispers. Texture. Not sure what that is. Sounds like a guitar or something. It's pretty chill. Alright, I think we're ready to record something in. So we're going to switcheroo here. And then, yeah, same as before. Just got to go to an empty sampler instrument. This is kind of the looper workflow. It's a lot of fun. Okay, and then... Wow, sounds nice. Okay, so we can just hit start. Alright, I'm into that. Dude, it's crazy. I love scale mode. It's like you don't even have to think at all. You just push buttons and it all sounds great. Okay, so let's do normalize. And then just like before, we got to do our option left and right. So we need an exact number of phrases. 17. Probably trim something off the beginning too. 16. Easy. And then I got to hit crop. Don't forget to do that. And then for this, we can do random Saffron Villa. I was actually going to name it Saffron Villa too. Psych. Okay, put it in the test folder. And then from here, oh, I forgot to slice it. Okay, quiz time again. How many phrases was that? 16, right? Boom, 16. And then I gotta do slice 16. Overwrite. Slice, don't even mess with it. And then from here, oh, I gotta pad it, so put the zeros in. And yeah, I should be able to just drop a note in. Set a slice. Oh, this is another thing you can do, which I haven't been doing, is you can basically just put it down. And then now if I hold edit and I press right, I can do this thing called like trig preview, where you just hear what slice it's gonna play. So that's 0. Up on the chat here. Dude, the last real gamer on Earth. My man's taking notes, dude. Yeah, the tracker's fun. Definitely Metal Gear Solid vibes. It's like a VR mission, dude. And I'm into it. Dude, be jamming. What's cracking? How's it going? Oh yeah, man. Yeah, definitely use the slice effects. It's quite useful. But yeah, the slice effect is very interesting if you use it when you have slice set to off. So basically what it'll do is it'll just keep playing the sample all the way through. So instead of just playing the slice, it'll keep going, but you have to make sure that you have slice set to off and you have slice markers in the file. So yeah, the slice FX command is useful. And yeah, you can do some pretty cool stuff with it. Okay, what other layers do we need? Kind of want to come back to the rhythm section and do something interesting. And since we got DAW hooked up, we could do some time stretching, we could do all kinds of stuff. Let's see what we got. Clear out some of these unused whatchamacallits. Can't see Serato sample, but it's definitely there. Yeah, dude, definitely. I'll have the replay up. You can always peep that. Yeah, I want to do like a drum break. Maybe it's not gonna happen. Yeah, you know what? Let's try doing it on M8. Okay. So yeah, I want to add a drum break to layer underneath the one-shots to kind of get some unique rhythm stuff going on. So let's shop around, see what we got. This one's actually pretty close in tempo. Kind of falls off, but yeah, sounds pretty dope. Gotta slow it down. But our work's not done yet. Gotta chop this boy up. Alright, let's set some slice markers. So it's like 8 slices, maybe. So let's try that. Slice 08. See how that sounds. Let's try 16. Maybe we can get even more control. Gotta bring this one back a little bit. Something going on at the end of this one. Nice, sounds cool. So we're gonna override it. And then this time I do have to use the slice. I'm gonna set it to, or maybe I won't. I could just use the slice commands. We got options here. The hi-hats sound kind of weird, so let me try putting a filter on it. Maybe I could try like a delay command. Dude, heck yeah, I appreciate that, Matt Jacob. Yeah, we get a nice little vibe here. I've got some crazy stuff going on with this drum break. Sliced it up, and then I put this filter on it, and then I added a LFO to kind of control the filter to bring it in and out. So it's like pretty underneath the one-shots, but it does add like a little bit of movement. Like here, let me... Alright, I don't know if you know how to do this, but this is a cool shortcut. So if you press... You're on the song page, you press up, up, you can select the entire column, and then from here you hold edit. You can move stuff around. Wow. And then now we can just hear the drums. So yeah, the layered drum break is like, it's very subtle, but it just has like a little bit of movement that it adds to the rhythm section. That sounds pretty chill. We got one free track too. Kinda wanna put like a horn sample on it. Something like that. But yeah, B-Jammin is saying the micro timing thing I did is really fast, and if it's a preset. So I actually do have like a instrument saved on my M8. You only have to make it once, and then if you save it, you can kind of use it as a preset, quote unquote. So what I do is I have an instrument that I save all the way at the top here, 7F. So you hold Option and press up to get all the way to the end. And yeah, basically it's just this micro time instrument. It's a blank instrument, there's nothing on it. But then if you go to the table, this is the table that I use for the micro timing. And so all you have to do is create this once, save it as whatever, micro time, whatever you want to call it. And then once you save it on your M8, you can just load it into any project, and then you just copy and paste it. So Shift Option, 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 boom. And then you could dump it into, you know, whatever, any other table basically. So yeah, it's kind of like a preset, but not really. And yeah, you can build it just by adding all these values to the table. So it might take you a little bit to do it once, but then once you do it, just save it and you are good. So yeah, maybe take a screenshot or something. Yeah, man, it's pretty handy. And I wish that I came up with this table, but I didn't. I found it on Discord. It was made by Impbox, so big shout out to them. Okay, we got one more, track. I kind of want a horn. So let's see what's up. And you know my man Marlo Diggs got all the horns. So let's check that out. See what's in this one. Yeah, it's a little technical. Micro timing on this thing can be a little wonky, but there are ways to do it, so kind of just depends on what you prefer. Nice little flurry of horn notes there. Probably did not say that right. I do kind of want to do something to the length of it, because right now it has kind of a delay on it. And I just want the first one, because we can create our own delay using the delay command. So let's do length, bring it down. And yeah, if you don't know this, you can basically preview the sample by holding edit and pressing play. So we definitely still have that delay in there. Let's bring it down more. That's just the one. Dope. So yeah, now we can put this in the phrase. And now we can put the delay on. Alright, well, let's get into the mix page here and mess around with the OTT compressor. Lots of fun. If you don't have the latest firmware, you should definitely install it, because this thing's dope. So check it out. I'm gonna reset it. Bring down the time so it's a lot faster. Nice, graceful finish there with the delay kind of just ringing out the horn. Dude, this project's pretty sick. I'm going to save it. We'll get started on something else in just a moment. I don't know what I should call this thing, but I'm just going to name it something random. Invasive worm? Nice. Okay, so let's do new. Bada-do. And we'll start from scratch again. And yeah, just like before, I think I'll build out the rhythm section and then find something fun in VST DAW land and then get to work. So let's start, as per usual, with the drum section. Maybe I'll do a different tempo too before I forget to do that. Maybe like 85 or something. All right. Oh, so detune gets a finer adjustment. Nice. Yeah, the detune's pretty cool. Definitely worth messing around with, because yeah, it's instead of semitones, you can kind of go between them, get sort of a even more granular kind of control over the sound. All right, so what kind of drums do we got here? Samples. And how's everybody doing out there? Y'all chilling? What's good? I like that snare. Sounds hip. All right. Definitely got to do an envelope on it though. Should be good. Dude, last real gamer on earth. Mad chillin'. Dude, hell yeah, man. Yeah, I'm going to hook it up with the samples too. If you're not on the Patreon, check it out. Because yeah, I plan on sharing the, at least the stuff I was playing on the keys, not like the horn and the drums or whatever. But all the VST type stuff, that's going to be yours to mess around with, should you choose. Should you choose to accept your mission. Okay. Let me do kick drum next. Dude, getting lost in the sauce here. Dude, Leif Einar, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome. You missed the last track. It's dope. Okay. Kick drum. This one's not bad. I gotta do the envelope though. Dude, heck yeah, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Alright, I know this sounds like the most boring drum beat on earth. We're gonna get it sounding interesting soon. I just gotta assemble the kit. So let me do the hi-hat next. And yeah, this is basically part of my process of just like getting all the sounds together, and then I start to build out the sequence once I've got the basic drums. Sounds dope. All right, so let's do some micro timing. I was talking about this earlier. Basically, I just go Option up all the way to the last instrument, and then I load up this micro time template or instrument that I've saved. And then from here, it's got a table in it that I copy and paste. And then, okay, so I copied it. Now I gotta paste it. Let's do the kick drum first. Okay, that's the kick. And so now I can use the table hop command to move stuff off the grid. THO. And you know. Oh yeah, let me mess with the EQ on the kick as well. All right, and so let's do some micro timing on the hi-hat next. Dude, heck yeah, be jamming. You are welcome. All right, so the hi-hat sounds pretty chill. Probably want to do one more phrase though. I get 2 bars. Dude, heck yeah. Yeah, peace out, be jamming. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, so what am I doing here? And let's do some micro timing on the snare as well. Copy paste. And I know what you're thinking, Jay Immaculate, why are you not just using the delay command? Why do you make things so complicated with the table configuration? And I gotta tell you, man, the delay command, it's not precise enough, I don't think. There's only 6 ticks per step, so you don't really get a ton of control on the placement of the note. You can do like a double BPM trick to kind of like have extra ticks per step, but I think it's kind of a pain. I'd rather just use the table configuration. So I guess I'll just be an old curmudgeon and do that. All right, very basic rhythm section. Let's jam out on the keys though, because that was a lot of fun. So yeah, let me take a look at what we got here in the old DAW. In ye old DAW, I delete all this crap. Yep. Okay, bye. All right. So find device. Find in browser, sound packs. What else do we got? Lazy Days, modern funk, dude. R&B keys. Let's see what this is all about. Let's make some rhythm and blues. This is awkward. It's not playing. Oh, you know what? I have to do one thing. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, basically on M8, it's like window hell over here. Okay, so on the M8, you have to change a setting in the mixer page to be able to hear external audio. So the setting in question is the input setting. There's a USB one too, which would be for digital audio, if you have audio going through the USB cable. Not today though. So yeah, for this, I have to just turn this up. I'm going to set it to A0. And now when I press the keys, well, it's playing something. This thing's being kind of wonky though. I think it's playing chords or something. But yeah, that's the whole point, is when you have external audio going in, you have to make sure you turn up the input setting. So I've got it to A0 right now. Let's do B0. Still a little quiet. C0. Could probably turn up the lo-fi as well. So yeah, we've got M8 set up. Let me do this though. Mix, turn up the levels. And yeah, we get to choose a new scale and root note. So before I was doing low Korean, EB. What are we going to do next? We could do Phrygian. Phrygian G. AB. It's like, I don't even know what any of this is. Let's see what other instruments we got. This one's got a lot of attack. What else we got? Nope. It's kind of like a Rhodes. Oh yeah, let's listen to the drums too. Sounds kind of sick, but definitely not what I'm going to be starting with. It'd be a cool layer to add later on. There we go. Some like nice simple like E-piano type stuff. The sound of this. So let's or actually I want to put on some reverb. Function, mix, crank it. Oh, there's parameters I can mess with too. Delay, reverb. All right. Okay, so let's record something in. I think I could probably just jam out on it. So turn off reason. Da, da, da. All right, so just like before, we're going to use that same looper style method. So we've got the drums just kind of looping over and over again. And then you go to an empty sampler instrument. Beep, bop, boop. And then you go to record. It's going to stop playback. But yeah, now I can change the song row to 0, 0. Normally it's no, but we want yes. So set it to 0, 0, so it'll start playing at 0, 0. Keep arm at 0, 0, so that it just starts recording immediately. And that'll ensure that whatever I jam out to is in time with the rest of the sequence. And then that's pretty much it. Okay, so now I can just press start, and then it'll just record all my takes, and then I can find the one that I like. Nice. So I think I got some good takes at the end there. Oh, let me check up on the chat. Dude, Dr. Bamboo says, I gotta thank you, Jay. Watching your lives really helped me out moving around on the M8. Dude, heck yeah, man. Appreciate you saying that. Yeah, it's there's a little bit of a learning curve, as there is with many new samplers, or different samplers if you're not used to it. But yeah, man, glad that you're getting around. And then, yeah, Matt Jacobs says he's going to try the table. Yeah, it's not really that bad. You just throw in the THO commands, and then, you know what's crazy too is you can combine the THO command with the delay command, kind of double down on it, and you can get a lot of different sort of micro timing grooves or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, definitely mess around with it. Let me know how it goes. Okay, we got to normalize this, so let's do that. It's a big old file. And then yeah, just like before, highlight the end selection option, and then we just want it to be an exact number of phrases. We got a lot of phrases here, let me tell you. And then I'm probably going to bring this up to maybe like 16. Yeah, this is where I was just messing around with different like voicings. Cause I like those chords. Okay, so yeah, let me trim that, or crop I mean. Make a croppy, and then randomize it, as we are wont to do. Indigo math. Dude, that's what's up. And then how many? I think it was 16, right? Yeah, 16 phrases, so we want to slice it. Slice 16. Wow, probably could have done that faster. And then overwrite. Oh, there's no sampled overwrite, so I just have to save it. So we'll save it to my test folder. DTD. And then, yeah, now, like I said before, all you have to do is drop a note in the top of the phrase. Use the slice command, SLI. Where art thou? Oh, here it is. Let me make the volume louder too. And so there's 16 slices, so we could do... Probably start with slice 8. Oh, and I gotta put zeros at the bottom. It's a nice loop. It's like the same chords, but you get some different voicings in there. Sounds kind of chill. Let's try adding some more layers though. And then Scary Lucas writes in, I'm thinking about getting the Roland P6 instead of the Lo-Fi 12 XT. You think that's a smart decision? Dude, it kind of depends, man. It kind of depends. But yeah, I'll break it down. So basically, the Lo-Fi 12 XT, I feel like the sequencing on this is a lot better than the P6. So you get like these numbered buttons that help you kind of build out like the drum section and stuff, or any part really. It's got these velocity sensitive pads too, which P6 does not have. P6 only has fixed note velocity or whatever. So really this thing's a lot more versatile. You can do MIDI out on this to control like other samplers and stuff. So it's more complex, but there are more possibilities with it. Plus you have the display too, which has a lot of details on it that can help you figure out what you're doing with your samples. The P6 though is pretty sick. It's very much like a kind of quick sketchbook type sampler. I don't know, I would kind of put it in the same category as like the Teenage Engineering like pocket operator. It's sort of like something that you can use to just, yeah, kind of quickly jam out on stuff. Super portable. It's got a built-in battery. This thing does not have a battery. So it kind of depends on what you're going for. If you want something that you can take on the go and kind of do crazy lo-fi type stuff with, P6 is pretty sick. This thing is, it's good for more, yeah, complex setups basically. If you want to accomplish more or have more capabilities, this is going to be a more like kind of versatile, what you call it, especially with the MIDI. This thing is such a great MIDI controller. That's what I'm doing with it right now. It's basically just controlling my computer sounds using these buttons. There's no sounds loaded on this. So yeah, man, you can't go wrong either way, but it's sort of, yeah, it depends on what your kind of priorities are and what you're going for. Okay, let's try and do some other stuff here. What other sounds we got? Playing out those R&B vibes. Maybe I want some bass. Let's get some low end here. This bass riffs one is kind of weird. I'm gonna do modern funk. We'll see what the funk's going on there. Sounds familiar? Yeah, no thanks. What else we got? Piano's interesting. It's a drum kit. Brass hit. Come back to that. guitar. I dig this. Let's get it in the mix here. All right, just like before, we're gonna go to a new sampler instrument, rec, and then start it up. All right, let me mess with these things. Nice. Okay. So yeah, start. The last note was questionable. It's okay. Yeah, so I think I'm going to trim out a lot of this and just kind of normalize. All right, what do we got here? It's probably a good take in there. And it's 16 phrases, so we can do slice 16. Do it. And then from here, just do random, save it to the test folder. And then, yeah, just like before, we'll do a note in the phrase. And then we'll set it to... Yeah, we'll try 8. Put some zeros under it. It's a real vibe when you put the delay on it. Alright. I did want to put some bass on here, so let's try and find a bass. Okay, sound packs. So I can type in the word bass, I think. Maybe it'll hook me up. What'd it do? Bass. So yeah, bass rips, we're gonna stay away from. Stuff's kind of wonky. Electric Underground? Oh, there we go. What do we got here? Alright, this is pretty chill. This is what it looks like. There's a lot of parameters here. It's kind of a nice, like, it sounds like a bass guitar, really. Or maybe not. But it gets the job done. Okay, so let's do M8.run. Switch it up. And see if we can record something good. Nice. I think that'll do. So we'll do normalize. And then set it to, yeah, I think I'll just do that last part. Oh, crap. It's like in the middle of the note. Yikes. 12 phrases. Okay. And we'll bring this one up to, yeah, I kind of just want these last two takes. 4 phrases. Okay, so crop that. Randomize. Calm pixel. Keep calm and pixel on. And then save it. And I only need a couple slices. In fact, I might just do 2. Yeah, I think 2 will work. And then, yeah, just like before, slice. Oh, crap. Dude, I always get lost in this freaking menu. Okay, so we can do slice 0 and then slice 1. I feel like that's it. Oh, there has to be a gap between it too. Okay, let's see if this works. Alright, it's a very simple riff. I want to do something to the rhythm section now. Maybe like a double hi-hat pattern. See what we got in the old bag of tricks. Kind of tough to get the timing right on this. There you go. Yeah, so this is a great trick. So if you're not familiar with how this works, basically I'm using the start command to slice the drum break. And this is basically just telling the waveform or telling the note to play the drum break at a certain point, the slice or the start point. So the offset kind of shifts it around. So you can do For instance, if you do 0, 0, it plays right from the beginning. If you do 8, 0, it plays halfway through. It's a little quiet. But what I was doing was I took it to an even value, like 1, 0, and then I pushed it back. So I brought it back 2 values or whatever. And now it's creating like a more interesting kind of like micro rhythm between the hi-hats. And I'll show you what it sounds like without that. So this is what it sounds like when it's not offset by those 2 start values. It's subtle, but it definitely gives it like kind of a different, unique rhythm. So yeah, man, use the start command and then just kind of pull stuff back. See how it works out. What do we got here? We got 1 free track open. Whoops, didn't mean to stop it. Maybe some more VST goodness. We got DAW up, and gosh darn it, let's use it. Alright, I'm into that. Okay, let's record that in before I forget. Before I forget how to play it. Here's another pro tip for you. You see my hand is like not even moved at all. So I know what keys I want to press. I'm not even going to let go until I'm ready to rock. That's why you have 2 hands. Okay, so let's do sampler, rec. And then yeah, just like before. Nice. So I think we got a good take in there. And do ye old normalize. It's probably going to be super loud. And then, yeah, option, left, left, left. I did want to keep some of this tail end on just to kind of have an option to let it ring out or whatever. But I'll just trim it to that. And then this one, yeah, I don't really know. Maybe I'll just do 8. Or yeah, let's do 8. Or I'll do 9 actually, because I have that extra thing on the end. It's not bad. All right, so crop it. Pop, pop, pop. Yield random. Shameful data. What do you think that's all about? Yo, Cash Williams, what's up, man? How's it going? Okay, so I'm gonna save this. Where are we at? Test, yep. 16-bit. Okay, and then yeah, just like before. Oh, dude, totally forgot to put the slices in. And there's 9 phrases, so we'll do 9 slices. Overwrite. And then now I can do slice, SLI. Try and put some modulation on it. So we got the reverb on there. What do you think a shimmer reverb sounds like? That sounds nuts. Because it's gonna like pitch it up an octave. Let's see what it does. hard to control it. I feel like it gets like super loud at certain points. This beat might be a little too chill for OTT. Well, let's find out. Dude, it makes the strings have this like weird tremolo effect. Wah 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 wah. That's so sick. Oh, that's not the strings. It's like the Rhodes sample. Well, let the record show there's no beat too chill for OTT. Because, yeah, I thought it was just going to kind of make it sound weird, but it sounded dope. It really smushes things and gives you that nice compressor schmack. So I'm into that. All right, but yeah, I think that's going to do it for this session. But I did want to mention that normally on the Patreon, I do the sample at the beginning, which is usually the song that I work with when I'm slicing and stuff. But yeah, for this session, I'm actually going to share some of the, like basically this part is what I'll share. Sorry. So basically this is the part that I'll share. So you can download this, mess around with it. I'll include the stems so you can have different layers or whatever. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, check the link in the description. But yeah, that does it for this session. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Big shout out to the chat, all the folks blowing it up. Leigh Feinar, B Jammin, Dr. Bamboo, Scary Lucas, Matt Jacob, Cash Williams. Dude, last gamer on earth, bro. We got to talk games at some point. But yeah, I'm going to call it at this point. Hope to catch y'all in the next one. But until then, peace.